Have you ever asked yourself a very simple question that is actually difficult to answer? Is your dog with you because it loves you, or simply because it is used to you? Before we go deeper into today's topic, take 10 seconds for a quick test. Ask yourself, does your dog look at you gently for a long time? Does it follow you everywhere, even into very private spaces? Does it like to sleep close to you, or stay near things that carry your scent? Does it listen to you more than to others in the house? And when you feel sad, does it naturally come closer to you? If you notice at least 3 of these signs, there is something important you should know. Your dog does not just like you, it has formed a deep bond with you. And what is interesting is that this bond does not happen randomly. It comes from survival instincts, from how the brain works, and from the way you show up in its life every single day. In this video, we will explore the 5 deepest reasons why dogs choose to bond with you. More importantly, each reason comes with clear signs and practical advice on what you should do. The first reason, you are its safe base. In attachment psychology, there is an important concept called a secure base. It refers to a safe point that an individual relies on to explore the world. For children, that safe base is usually their parents. For dogs, many studies show that their primary caregiver can play a very similar role. Dogs tend to feel more confident when their owner is nearby, and more stressed when their owner leaves, especially in unfamiliar or unpredictable situations. Research using the strange situation model shows that dogs display attachment behaviors very similar to young children. They seek closeness, reduce stress when their owner is present, and use their owner as a reference point to explore the environment. You can easily see this in daily life. When you walk your dog, it may run ahead, but soon it turns back to look at you. In a new place, it may stay closer to your feet than usual. When it hears a loud noise, instead of running randomly, it moves toward you. And one of the deepest signs is sleeping next to you. Sleep is when an animal is most vulnerable. If a dog chooses to sleep close to you, it is not just because it is warmer. It is showing that in its most vulnerable state, it trusts you enough to let its guard down. What should you do? If you want to truly become your dog's safe base, the first thing is consistency. When your dog is afraid, do not laugh at it, do not scold it, and do not push it away just because it clings to you. Keep your voice calm, move slowly, and give it the feeling that being near you is a place where it can rest. This does not mean encouraging fear. It means helping your dog learn that the world can be safe when you are there as a steady anchor. The second reason, your dog's brain bonds with you through chemistry. One of the most famous discoveries about the bond between dogs and humans comes from a 2015 study published in Science. The researchers found that when dogs and their owners look into each other's eyes for a period of time, oxytocin levels increase in both. Oxytocin is often called the bonding hormone, and in humans, it is closely linked to the connection between a mother and her child. In other words, when your dog looks at you with soft, calm eyes, it is not just a touching moment. It is a measurable biological response. You can recognize this type of bonding when your dog seeks eye contact with you without tension. It looks at you without stiffness, without avoiding your gaze. When you sit down, it comes closer, rests its head on you, leans against you, or simply lies next to you while staying connected. These behaviors appear more often in dogs that have a strong bond with their owners. What should you do? Create moments of meaningful interaction. It does not need to be complicated. Just a few minutes each day where you are truly present. Look at your dog, call its name, gently touch it when it is relaxed, and respond to its calm signals. These small but repeated interactions teach the brain that you are a source of emotional reward. If you are always rushed, impatient, or only interact to give commands, the bond will not grow deeply. The third reason, your dog synchronizes with your emotions. There are days when you have not cried or said anything, but your dog already knows something is wrong. This is not just imagination. A 2019 study published in Scientific Reports found that cortisol levels in dogs and their owners show long-term synchronization. In simple terms, your ongoing stress can be reflected in your dog and vice versa. This shows that the relationship between dogs and humans is not only about moment-to-moment reactions, it can align over time. Other studies also show that dogs can read human emotions through facial expressions, voice, body language, and even scent. They can distinguish between positive and negative emotional signals and adjust their behavior accordingly. That is why when you feel sad, your dog may come closer. When you are stressed, it may become restless, lick its lips, move around more, or stay closer to you. It is not just observing you, it is experiencing the emotional shift with you. You can see this when your dog changes with your mood. When you are calm, it is calmer. When you are tense, it struggles to settle. When you are sad, it comes close, rests its head, licks your hand, or quietly stays beside you. Many people call this empathy. While we should be careful about humanizing dogs too much, science clearly shows that dogs are highly sensitive to human emotional changes. What should you do? If you want your dog to be more stable, start with yourself. Your state becomes part of your dog's environment. Your tone of voice, your movements, your energy, all of these are signals. A calm owner does not just make a dog feel safer. It also helps the dog learn how to regulate its own emotions. The fourth reason your dog recognizes you as the most important person. Many people believe dogs listen to whoever feeds them. The reality is more complex. Dogs are extremely good at reading human social signals. They use facial expressions, tone of voice, gaze direction, pointing gestures, and overall attitude to decide how to respond to different people. Research on social referencing shows that dogs respond differently to their owners and to strangers in uncertain situations. They do not treat everyone the same. They evaluate who is the most reliable person to trust. Recent studies also suggest that dogs can recognize familiar voices and even distinguish their owner's voice from others. That is why some dogs respond immediately to one person's voice, even when others use the same command. This is not just training. It is familiarity, trust, and social value. You can see this when your dog listens to you more than others, turns toward you when called, looks for you first when something happens, and becomes calmer when you are near. It may also imitate you more than strangers, as some studies suggest. What should you do? If you want to be the most important person in your dog's world, be consistent. Do not only be the one who feeds it, be the one who trains, plays, walks, and helps it through difficult moments. Your value in your dog's eyes is built through repeated experiences, not just roles. Someone who is consistent, fair, predictable, and trustworthy will always hold a special place. The fifth reason your scent feels like home. If humans live through sight, dogs live through smell. Scent does not just tell dogs who is present. It is connected to memory, emotion, familiarity, and safety. Brain imaging studies in dogs show that the scent of a familiar human, especially their owner, activates reward-related areas in the brain. This means your scent is not just recognized, it carries positive emotional value. This explains many familiar behaviors. Your dog lies on your clothes, holds your shoes, curls up in your blanket, or goes to places where you are sitting. It may look funny, but it is actually very touching. When you are not there, your dog uses your scent to feel your presence. It reassures itself that you still belong to its world. What should you do? If your dog becomes anxious when you leave, try leaving a piece of clothing with your scent where it rests. Avoid changing its sleeping place, familiar smells, or daily routine too suddenly during stressful periods. For dogs, familiarity can be more comforting than we realize. Before we end, there is one important point. Deep bonding is not the same as anxiety. A healthy bond means your dog enjoys being close to you, but can still rest, play, and stay alone for a reasonable time without panic. If your dog cannot leave you even for a moment, destroys things, barks excessively, or becomes extremely distressed when you disappear, this may go beyond normal bonding. Some signs of deep attachment and anxiety can overlap. If the behavior starts affecting quality of life, it is worth consulting a professional. In the end, your dog does not bond with you for just one reason. It bonds with you because you are its safe base, because its brain connects with you through chemistry, because it synchronizes with your emotions, because it sees you as the most important person, and because your scent feels like home. When you understand this, you realize that the relationship between dogs and humans is not simple. It is instinctive, emotional, and biological at the same time. And perhaps that is why a dog's love can touch people so deeply.